Everybody, what's going on? It's me, Captain Vibes. Today's with live action. You already know what it is. Here to bring you Bleach Chapter 665 review titled The Princess Dissection. Now, as a lot of you have known, Kubo, he's been sick last week, so that's why we didn't get a chapter. So, under the assumption that he's better, so I'm glad about that. But this Bleach chapter, man. Bleach Chapter 665, as you can see, accompanied with the Grimjaw Zanpato. This chapter was where it was at. It really was. Now, of course, I'm going to go into all the details and the nitty-gritties of everything. Now, we finally got to see exactly what Urahara's Bunkai does. And, of course, we see, first he plays a little mind game with asking Naklavar, asking Naklavar. He was shocked, like, what the hell is that? He can see the Bunkai clearly. And his arm, this motivator's arm, it splits all the way down from up to the shoulder down to the thumb, because he was asking what does it do, and I'm so glad that first Urahara, he didn't just verbally explain it. He's like, hey, why don't I show you, let me show you what it can do. Then he does that, and it will sew him back up, and asking Naklavar, he cleared some distance between him and Urahara, but yet Urahara let him know, hey, as you can see, this attack has some range as well. And he was actually surprised that asking Naklavar didn't panic, because most people will freak out when their arm just gets split like that. But the thing is, when his arm was split, and the inside, it looked like another dimension or a portal. It kind of reminded me of one of the, I forget his name. It was on Star Ocean, the second story on PlayStation 1, one of the 10 wise men. Like, when he opened up his robe, you can see like just another galaxy or a dimension inside of there. But anyway, the interesting thing is that the whole ability of the Bunkai is to restructure anything. And of course, well, it can break it down and restructure it, but it makes it stronger if Urahara chooses to. Because I'm pretty sure when it restructured asking Naklavar's arm, it wasn't stronger, no. But he did that with himself. That's what Urahara did. But before he did that, his eyes got restructured. Asking Naklavar was shocked by that. I'm thinking, like, okay, at first, I was underwhelmed. I wasn't impressed, at first. Because when I was first reading this chapter, man, I just woke up, I was on my cell phone. I was looking at this with one eye, I'm going through it, but the end is when both eyes opened up. But anyway, after he restructured his eyes, he was able to see again. And you can see the stitches. And I like the fact that he was able to severely cut asking Naklavar. Why didn't he aim for the head? I don't know, but this is Bleach. Anytime they go to just deliver a blow, they always aim for the arm, the shoulder, the collarbone, whatever. Now, in some cases, they do try to cut motivators in half or aim for the head, but it's most likely the shoulder or the arm, whatever. But when he turns around, he clashes with asking Naklavar. And I like the fact that that's when Urahara uses Bunkai ability to restructure his arm. We see it break down, even the fingers come loose, and it gets stitched back up. And that's when it was stronger. He grips, his sword, and he sends asking Naklavar just flying. And asking Naklavar, he's realized, like, no. Now this has turned out to be a battle between, brute strength. And that's not asking Naklavar's strong point. But what was real interesting is that how his Bunkai was never, Juha, he never had no data. None of them had any data on his Bunkai. And Urahara said, that's because he's never shown it to them before. Like, that's the first time he's shown it from the Quincy before, or the first time that they've seen it. But I'm gonna get into that later. But the thing I thought that was interesting, of course, this whole Gift Ball Deluxe, it was still, just like he said, he was still just dialing out, balancing out the amount of poison, because basically it wasn't still at its full effect. But the effect that he was under, he was still surprised that Urahara was still able to move around and fight like he could. But right at that point in time, that's when Urahara, he said, oh, the thing about your Gift Ball Deluxe, even though you can't escape it, you never say anything about being impenetrable. And he was able to leave a trail leading up to the Gift Ball Deluxe. And you seen just this hand bust through Ask and knock LeVar's chest. And I'm not gonna lie, of course I read this chapter multiple times, but the first time I read it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking like, was this another ability of Urahara's Bankai? I actually thought it was just another ability here, some type of technique. But when I seen how it was Grimmjow in his resurrection form, and he had Ask and knock LeVar's heart in his hand and just crushed that motivator, just said to be continued right there. By far, my favorite Bleach kill. Now, some of you are saying, wait a minute, you're jumping the gun, Ace. This is Bleach. Ask and knock LeVar probably isn't dead. And that's a fair thing to say. Maybe he isn't, but, I mean, damn. I mean, come on, Kubo. This motivator heart got ripped through his chest, and it is done. It is done. Alright? But if he's still alive, this is going to be my equivalent to how Tekken would flip out over Tsukishima. And I remember this. This was back before I was even on YouTube. You know, when I was watching Tekken all the time like I do now. The thing that really bothered Tekken was when Tsukishima, after he lost against Byaku, this guy was still standing up, still talking, and Tekken was saying like, how are you still talking? There is a hole, like you are missing a piece of your spine, like. But this is Shonen, this is Bleach, whatever. I mean, damn. Is this guy's spiritual presence, is Ryatsu that damn strong? I mean, this is a Fullbringer versus a high-level captain. I can maybe understand if Genjo gave Tsukishima some of Ichigo's powers, but think about it. He didn't give he didn't give Tsukishima none of Ichigo's powers. He even said that'd be, you know, too much of a risk, like Tsukishima would become troublesome. Anyway, this isn't about the Fullbringers. So, if Ask and knock LeVar is still alive, I'm just at the face palm myself, like, come on, man. But I hope he's dead. I really do. So, all in all, I love this chapter. Everything about it. Solid action. Got a good explanation on Urahara's Bankai. I like it. I'm pleased. But, my overall thing is, why didn't he just aim for Ask and knock LeVar's neck or his head? Not when he slashed him, no. But with this Bankai, the whole break it down, reconstruct, like, why? I would have just split apart his head or his neck. Done. You know? Or am I missing something? When it splits apart, does it have to get restructured? Or can he just split it apart and leave it as is? Because when he split it apart, notice you didn't see any blood or anything. But I'm thinking he can just split something apart and kill an opponent like that. But that's what I think it is. Because what would be the point of splitting open an opponent and sewing them back up? But yeah, that would be kind of stupid. So, yeah, Urahara, damn. Why didn't you just aim for the neck or the heart or something, whatever. But it doesn't matter that he didn't aim for the heart because Grimmjow, he got the win with that one. This is my favorite Bleach death, my favorite part of the chapter. And I'm not going to lie, when I was reading this chapter, I was just thinking like, man, Kubo pumped my boy Grimmjow. Like, he brought him back. Everyone was hyped. I was hyped. You know, it seemed like he got, you know, a little bit stronger. The Ask and knock LeVar dropped him with the gift ball. And I'm thinking, like, that's it? I think we're not going to see Grimmjow anymore where he's going to just show up to try to help Ganju and Chad. Like, you actually knocked Grimmjow down to that level to help Ganju and Chad. But now we see he redeemed Grimmjow's character by getting in that final kill. You know, and come on, man. This reminded me of Mortal Kombat. When I see that, just reminded me of a Fatality. That's all I could hear was just Fatality. That's all I could just hear. And it reminded me of Triborg's teamwork finishing move. You know, for the ones who get down on Mortal Kombat X, you know what I'm talking about. So, I think next chapter, if he's dead, which he better be, I think maybe they will discuss and talk about when Grimmjow first came up to Urahara. You know, how it's seemingly, maybe Grimmjow will say, this is the second time I saved you, or the second time I interfered. Because let's not forget, remember Kirchi when Urahara was geared to die, and we see Kirchi got split down the middle with this exact Pato, and we seen the blade put right up to the side of Urahara's face. Remember that? We all know, clearly we all know that was Grimmjow. There's actually people still out there who don't believe that was Grimmjow. Come on, y'all. For the ones who don't think it's Grimmjow, who else do you think it was? I mean, come on now. But anyway, yeah, he may bring up that, but you know what this situation reminded me of? This situation reminded me of Urahara and Ichigo when Aizen was getting sealed. Now, do not get it twisted. Some people still say this. Urahara did not win that fight. Ichigo did not win that fight. It was a joint team effort. Urahara even stated, it was because of you, Ichigo, that you weakened Aizen to where my Kido could activate. So it was a joint effort. Now, in this case with Urahara and Grimmjow, it could be debatable because one would think, okay, did Urahara need Grimmjow's help? Seemingly, you would think so. I mean, he left the trail on purpose. Maybe he's just, I don't know, maybe he did feel he needed backup. You know, better safe than sorry. But at the same time, when you have an ability like that of his Bunkai, was Grimmjow really needed? But yeah, Urahara, he messed with his arm, and then he cut him, and he knocked him through some buildings. I mean, he didn't aim for the head or any vital points whatsoever. But yeah, you see, Grimmjow came into the mix. He wasn't for no game. He just straight up took the heart out. But this is what I think for next chapter. You know what? He probably won't be dead. Something's going to happen to where they are going to be handicapped to where they can't meet up with the rest of the crew. You know how it is with Bleach. You know how it is. Maybe once Urahara, okay, maybe Ascanac LeVar, he's going to do another attack or ability. And it's really going to hurt Grimmjow and Urahara. But in the end, they're still going to win. Or maybe this is the death for Ascanac LeVar. So once he puts up his Bunkai, once his Bunkai is deactivated, he goes back into Shikai or a sealed Zanpakuto state. That's when the ability of the restructure is going to be gone. And, you know, he's going to go back to his eyes being just, you know, damaged, you know, with him not being able to see. But as far as Grimmjow, maybe he should still be just fully healed, fine, and full in effect. Because as of right now, Grimmjow isn't damaged. And it is a fact that, you know, if you've forgotten that, when the Espada goes to his resurrection, he gets healed. So whatever damage he whatever damage he received from Ascanac LeVar, or that he taken from that gift ball, it's probably gone. Maybe he's still poisoned. Maybe he's poisoned now for entering that gift ball deluxe. Who knows? But overall, man, Grimmjow for the motivating win. I'm glad Kubo brought him back to do something epic like this, man. I was hyped. I was amped. Next chapter, I'm pretty sure we'll see some full panels of him. He's in his resurrection. And I wonder if there'll be any new changes. But props to Urahara, you know, being strong enough to, yes, he activated his Bunkai. He was still able to slash and do damage to Ascanac LeVar. You know, I don't think he had his blue vein activated. Blue vein is for defense. I think blue arteries for offense, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong down below. But Grimmjow, I mean, I do like that. How he got stronger. Yes, he's in his resurrection, but still, to be able to do that to Ascanac LeVar in his final holy form, one of the elite guards of Juha, pretty damn impressive, if I'm gonna say so. You know, so yeah, give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Was this your favorite Bleach kill if Ascanac LeVar is dead? If not, what is your favorite Bleach kill? Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next week for Bleach chapter 666. It's me, Captain Fatality. See you next week. Signing out.